Hey, what is up you guys? It is Haley here from Should You Buy It, and today I guess you read the title of this video, but in this video I'm going to be trying reusable pads for the very first time. Now I have tried reusable menstrual products in the past. I did try a reusable cup and you can see that video here, but I had a company contact me through my email and they asked if I would review their product. So they did send me this product for free, just to let you guys know, but I'm not being paid to do this review or anything like that. They just asked me to do my honest opinion on it, and so then that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna be taking you through my journey of using my reusable pads for the very first time. Hey, what is up you guys? It is Haley here from Should You Buy It, and as you notice, probably notice a different background here. Unless you watch my other video, then it's the same exact background. But I moved recently, so if you're wanting a house tour, let me know in the comments down below. Once we finally have a little bit of this house put together, I will definitely do a house tour for you guys. But today, I got something in the mail. So I'm going to be straight up front with you guys. This company did send me these products and asked me to do a review for them, so that's what I'm doing. They did not pay me for the review, so it's still going to be 100% honest, but they did contact me asking to use their products, and I personally wanted to try a product similar to this, or a product like this before, so I said I would definitely try it from them, and of course they sent it to me. This product is available on Amazon. This is the period starter kit from Highoh. I will leave a comment down below for you guys if you guys want to try this, and of course there'll be some information down below for you guys as well. So they sent me their starter kit here, which we will go through and we will kind of do a first impression. I'm supposed to start my period in 2 days, so we will definitely be testing some of these big boys out. Then I am most worried about my heavy flow, which I am starting a new medicine for during this next period, so I don't know how this is going to go exactly. In the package, of course, it does come with a wet bag here, so this is if you need to change your pad on the go. You keep, well, if you haven't put any in here, you can keep your dry one in here, and then you put your used one in here, and you obviously take your dry one out, put your used one in here, and then it helps with the smell and everything, and you just, when you get home, you take these out, you pre-soak them, and then you wash them. So that is your dry bag there. They do also have this little thing in here, 10% off with the code I love Highoh, ILOVEHIGHOH. Enter code above to redeem discount for every period starter kit, or aka the reusable period pad purchased. They do have a video here as well. That is a video to watch before starting to use the product, and of course they just have some information for them. So we're going to be watching that video here. I am going to pull it up. So this is just like their how-to.
So if you're on the go, feel free to bring around with you as many as you want and as many as you need.
Oh, okay, I want to see this fold in action here.
I will advise you to always be holding onto the wings because you do not want to be in contact with any other solid surface, and by doing so it will allow you to fold the sanitary napkin very easily as well. So how are you going to keep the sanitary napkins? By holding onto the wings, you got to fold the top part and the bottom part of the sanitary napkins together inward,
Okay.
like so.
Oh, okay.
And then you're going to take the buttons and fold it towards each other and then clip it on.
Okay.
As you can see, at no time at all, I will have it in a small little tiny package, and I have not touched or be in contact with any of the sort surface.
Okay. I have, of course, the starter kit here. It does come with a lot more than 2. It actually comes with 6, which I think is really, really good. These actually seem pretty easy to use. So how do these hold up to someone with a heavier flow like me? We're going to definitely test those out when my period. It does start here in the next couple days, and we are going to see. But for a starter kit for the price is actually a really good way you can start if you're wanting a more reusable option. I have tried other reusable, oh my gosh, my brain, products. I I have tried reusable products in the past. Of course, I did try a menstrual cup, which I actually still use somewhat, but I do have to use it in conjunction with a pad on my heaviest days. So I am kind of wondering if these can actually hold a couple hours worth of that, because with my menstrual cup, I can only wear it for 4 hours on my heaviest day until it like overflows or just something happens to where I do leak. So I'm kind of interested in that, but we'll see exactly how these work and how easy they are to change and if they do clean up pretty well. So I will get back to you. Today is the 26th of December, so it's the day after Christmas. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, blah, blah, blah. What a Happy Merry, whatever you celebrate. So my period's supposed to come in a couple days. Sometimes it's on time, sometimes it's like 2 days late. So we will definitely see if these work. Alright, you guys, I finally started my period. It decided to be like 3 days late, of course. And every time, this is funny. So usually my period is like clockbook, but sometimes with stress and just, you know, and everything, it can be a little late. But every time I tried to shoot a period related video, it's always late, which I personally think is funny. But today is the first day that we're going to be trying the Highoh reusable cloth pads. And I'm kind of scared, just a little scared, to be honest. I have to be at work. I don't think I would be as scared if I was at home, because if something were to happen, then I could just change my clothes. So I'm going to be a little bit particular today, especially being at work. But I'm also trying something else out, so I don't know if it's going to help as well. I'm trying out a new medicine that's supposed to help with my heavy menstrual bleeding, so I'm kind of interested in if that will help with that. I don't know. I'm kind of hoping the medicine works so I do bleed less. I don't know, but hopefully, cross my fingers, this goes well. I am bringing backup pads for this. I'm gonna be totally honest, I don't know where my cup is from the move. It's in one of these boxes that's for the master bathroom, but our entire master is still a little chaotic, so I really don't even know where my cup is. So right now I am leaning towards these to hopefully, cross my fingers, they work. So I will check up with you guys on my break and then check up with you guys at the end of my shift. Okay, you guys, great lighting, right? So I am off of work. It has been a total of about 8 hours since I've been wearing these pads. I changed it once in between in the middle of my shift. So probably around 2 o'clock. It is 6 o'clock right now. And I actually like these pads. I thought they would be kind of hard to flip and turn with a liquid on it, but it actually wasn't that hard at all. I do think part of it is I'm on a new medication that helps with heavy menstrual bleeding, and the new medication is working wonderfully. So that's probably part of it. I'm not having as heavy of a flow, so I was kind of scared to wear these out in public today, but I had no problem with them whatsoever. I'm gonna go home and rinse out the dirty one I do have, so I can just kind of throw it in the washing machine, and then I will kind of film that so we can kind of see how it rinses out as well. Okay, you guys, so it is the end of the day and we're going to be seeing exactly how these rinse out. I have 3 here that have a little bit on it, so it's kind of like a light, a medium, and a larger sample on here, so that kind of gives us a little bit of a variable. One is from overnight, last night, which did not have a lot on it. One is from midday today, and then one is from that one afterwards, which has had the longest wearage. They actually wear really comfortably. Surprisingly, not surprisingly, that's not the right word. They wear really comfortably, and I had no problems wearing them throughout the day. I didn't feel like I was sitting in a diaper or anything like that, so I actually like how they felt. They can tend to move just a little bit. So that is something that I could see, and I kind of see how people say they move. I think a lot of it though is the underwear shifting as well, because it's the same little bit of movement that I've had using regular adhesive pads. So I don't think that is a huge issue. So I'm going to be seeing exactly how much these rinse out, and to see, if they clean really easily, because I do need more for tomorrow. With the center of the pad being gray, it doesn't show like bright red blood, which if someone is really squeamish and they can't really handle a ton of bright red blood, this could be something that would be huge for them, because like if I've had to wear a pad for whatever, I'm used to bright red from the white pad, and since these center of these are gray, it kind of shields that a little bit. We're going to pop this one open. This one actually isn't that bad. We're just going to put in the sink. I do just have a little bit of Dawn dish soap here. I'm just going to go in here. Oh, I should have grabbed more Dawn. Just gonna put some Dawn on here. It doesn't really tell me how to wash it, so I'm just gonna kind of rub together the Dawn dish soap. And then you always want to rinse with cold water, because proteins are going to come out of clothes easier with cold water than with hot water. So do it as cold as you can. I've noticed like a lukewarm that your hands can actually handle is going to be just as well. So I'm kind of rubbing the soap in here. I'm not even touching it still. I have not touched blood at all. Just the outside, kind of rubbing it like this. That is pretty good. And we're just going to see how this rinses out. Oh, a lot of blood's actually coming out of this. A lot more than what I thought was in the pad. So the pad absorbed a good chunk of blood here, and bam, that is completely dry. I wish I could show you guys what it looked like beforehand, but unfortunately YouTube probably would not like me for that. But it actually didn't look bad. A lot more blood came out of this than what I originally thought was going to. So I was surprised with that, of how much it actually absorbed underneath the surface. And it could be also the gray hides a lot more than what I'm used to. I have 2 more that I'm going to rinse out and repeat this process, and I'm going to let them dry overnight. I will be wearing a regular overnight pad. I don't think these are going to be enough for overnight for me personally, because I do need more coverage in the back, and that these just don't have, like we talked about before. So let's hang these up and we'll wear them tomorrow. Okay, you guys, so it is now the morning of day 3 of my period using these pads. I did some experimenting yesterday kind of with it. Not really experimenting, but what I did is if I was home and I had a dirty one, I just actually rinsed it out with some lukewarm water, as cold as my hands could really handle. And then I just air dried it, and they actually seem to rinse out actually super easy and super well that way. And then I decided that I could do that every day, either when I decide to change them or when they're dirty at the end of the day if I'm out and about with them. And then at the end of the week I could do a load with them already rinsed out, and then I could just put them with the rest of my laundry. I think that is more suitable than anything else. But I've actually had some really good experiences with this, and I actually really like these pads. I have not tried any other reusable pad, so I don't know if most of them are made with this kind of material and this way, or if it's just this brand that I'm really liking. So let me know in the comments down below if there are any other brands that you want me to try. I just might do that. Now, there were some things that I kind of learned with these pads that are kind of trial and error. A couple times they would shift on me just a little bit, but they shifted with the underwear as well. So I think that's the problem with that. And some of the Amazon reviews did say that they shifted on them. I had minimal problems with this. So it wasn't a huge deal breaker for me. So we have moved into our new house, and so then we have neighbors with dogs, and at our old house there's always a privacy fence, and it's not a privacy fence here, it's a chain link. So then the cats can now see the dogs, and that's what she is saying. It's okay, they're not gonna come get you. Anyways, so with these pads, I did have that kind of minimal problem, but that was really one of the only really negative that I had. I did learn that if you didn't clasp it on the second one, like they talked about in their video, that if you pulled up your underwear too fast or in a weird kind of way, I had one pad that was sitting up, like if this is the top, the gray part, it went right when I was pulling up my underwear. That was only clasped on the first one, but I would clasp them on the second one, which is like the tighter kind of hold, and I didn't have that problem at all. So that kind of fixed that problem. Even though I didn't have like thinner underwear like they were talking about, but I always just did it on that tighter clasp. So I use these my entire period. I do have more of a heavy flow period wise, and these things never leaked on me. They never did anything like that, so I was actually really surprised, and I was kind of scared to use them. I did not use them at night because in my opinion, the pad was not long enough to be a nighttime pad. I still just used a regular nighttime pad like I would always. I can never sleep in my cup. I don't know why. But I think it would be perfect if they could throw in or make like a kit that had a nighttime pad in it that was a little longer in the back to catch some of those. But other than that, I think the kit was really good. It came with 6 pads, which was more than enough for me during the day. And I found myself to where if I was home and I did change out my pad, I just rinsed it out super fast. If I had time and Jason wasn't up, I just used some soap as well and just hand washed it and then hung it up to dry, and usually by the time I needed it again, it was dry. So that was a really positive thing with these pads. They are really, really comfortable, and I actually like them overall. So overall, I had a lot more positive experience with these pads than negative. I just wish that they had a nighttime pad that was a little longer in the back. I think that would be good, and I would just take off, honestly, if I was like redesigning these and being really nitpicky, I would just take off that first button. I don't think it's really worth it, and just have them clasp. If you're going to use these, have them clasp on the second button, because that's how I wore these all the time, and I don't have like thinner underwear or anything like that, how they talked about. I personally did like these, and I actually like these for a lot lighter days. Usually I have 2 really heavy days and then a medium and then a really light third day or fourth day, but my fourth day I do need to wear something. I can't wear a tampon, it's not a heavy enough day, and a cup I can wear, and I tend to like my cup more like that because I just change it out every 12 hours. So these would be good for that as well. And if you're having some problems like I've had in the past sometimes with cramping, using a cup or a tampon can actually make that worse. So using a pad, a reusable pad like this, could actually help cramp wise. So if you do use a cup or a tampon and you do get really hard cramps, I would suggest trying something else out, maybe for a day or 1 menstrual cycle, and see if that actually helped, because I had 0 cramps throughout this entire cycle. And it could be because I just started a new medicine that's supposed to help with my cycle, which is supposed to help with some of the heavier bleeding. So it could be that, or it could be I'm using a pad instead of a cup or a tampon. So overall, I did have a really, really positive experience with these. They were easy to wash, they're comfortable to wear, they don't slip around that much, and I've been used to wearing pads, so it's not really like, I don't know. I liked them, and I like how there's a reusable option for this way, especially with like I'm home alone, or I just don't use a cup or something, you know, you just feel worse and everything else. But I do really, really like these. Of course, there will be a link down below and some information about this if you guys want to purchase it. This kit is on Amazon here, so you can get those pretty inexpensively. It is a little bit of a cost up front, but it will save you in the long run because you are reusing these. So I rinsed mine out every night by hand, and then at the end of my cycle I did just throw them all in the washing machine with a regular load of clothes. that's how I washed mine, and so that was kind of like the sanitizing of them, so then they could go back into storage for next month. That's kind of how I do my cup as well, is like I wash it by hand throughout the day and throughout the cycle, and at the end I sanitize, put it back into storage, and then it's ready to go for the next cycle. So that's actually all I have for you. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to leave those down below. Also, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, join the Savings Army, never pay retail again, and yeah, if you have any suggestions on what you want me to try or anything like that, leave those down below, because I did actually like trying this. I had a really positive experience with this, and I just hope this helps some other people kind of try these products if they're scared too. Because I remember this becoming a thing a while ago, and then some people were like, this is nasty and this is gross and all this other stuff, and it's like, I mean, all it is blood. And so then, you know, I think it's becoming more of a norm, kind of a less disposable, we're becoming a less disposable nation. And so then this is something that I think is a step in the right direction. But I just want to know your thoughts and everything down below. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!